Hey everyone, how's it going? Yay! All right, I'm gonna get us also set up on Instagram. There we go. Woo! Let's look. I think we've got everything set up for the most part. I'm gonna try to keep an eye out on my, hey Gabby, hey Michelle, hey Julie, how's it going? I'm gonna try to keep an eye out on the comments and everything, but I'm gonna be kind of like bouncing back and forth and figuring stuff out. So yeah, for those of you that don't know what a camera obscura is, it's like one of my favorite things. It's super, super old school. Essentially like when we teach photo 1, it's the slide that we show y'all that I want to go on forever about, but I can't because I'm a huge nerd and no one else wants to hear about all of the craziness that comes with photo history. So it's basically a giant box that was used like way back in the day, and you poke a tiny hole in this box and it will take what we're going to use here is the light from outside to like poke a tiny hole in, and that will actually reflect what's happening outside in there. It's like a tiny lens that it's so small it's able to refract the light. Yeah, I went to art school. If you can't tell, I'm not too keen on science terms, but we can actually project it over there. So sounds good. All right, cool guys. Let me check. Oh, Michelle's saying it's just my lovely chin. I think I tilted it and figured it out. So yeah. Cool. Let's do it. I've got my stuff with me. I've got my equipment. And yeah, cool. And I have my coffee. Very important. Very, very important. Cool. So let's see. First things first. And I've got like a bunch of different kinds of tape. I thought we had gaffer's tape, which is my favorite kind of tape, but I don't know where it went. Gotta order more. Cool. So we're gonna start off by blocking out the windows completely. I've got some, just like a black seamless paper roll. But if you're doing this at home, you can also use black trash bags as well, black foam core. A lot of other stuff you can use, as long as there's just not any light coming through. We can do this. So, oh, the other thing that you might remember doing this from is the eclipse. You might have made like a mini camera obscura to be able to actually view the eclipse. This is somewhat similar, but it's going to be big. Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to attempt to be very careful. If my instructors are watching and I fall, just call Dave. Yeah, we'll be able to come help out. But I should be okay. It should be good. So let's see. I'm gonna want to position, let's see, the first thing I'm gonna want to do, I'm trying to figure out, because the windows are kind of like they're kind of like sunken in. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to like take all of these down and then just have it go up against it. I think that's going to be the best way. I think that's going to help. I already have this frame. Yeah, we'll just put them over. I think that'll be fine. But I do want the hole to eventually, like the lens, to not here. So we'll take this one down. And I'll have to remember to put it back up. That's my only thing. Oh my God, that's so much light coming in here, you guys. It's so weird because this room is usually very dark, so it's very weird to see a whole bunch of light coming through. Okay, so if I can kind of like measure this out. Yeah. will there be enough to get it on the other side? Because ideally, I don't want to waste anything. I think if I cut it down the middle, I can get enough to last all the way through and across. So if I use this correctly. Ooh. All right. Hello. See, I told you. Start with this piece. Chunk it this time. It's gonna be tricky because it's like super rolled. It's tight. So if this doesn't work, I'll switch over to the black trash bags. Get some tape actually ready to go. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna come say hi. Hi. Oh, hey, Trip. I know. I'm hoping it works. We'll find out. The other thing I wanted to do was play music while I was doing this, but then I realized that I think that Facebook and Instagram would like get upset with copyright. So I can't jam. Also take this time for a shameless plug. We got a ton of stuff coming up. If you guys haven't checked it out, we have like big workshops almost every day through the end of the month. And then we've got our classes starting up in June. We're all online. So if you get a chance, head over to the website and check them out. I'm doing a couple tomorrow. I've got Get Organized tomorrow. So yeah, I know y'all have been putting it off. You want to get your pictures and your external hard drive and everything organized with me tomorrow. It's gonna be at 1. Yeah. Okay. That should be enough right now. I might have to make some more later, but let's do it. Oh, that tape's sticky. There's that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There's that. Yeah, I'm gonna need more tape than I thought that I did. Really be pretty sealed up for the most part. And of course, we can always come back and figure out if there are any leaks. The same way with like any camera, if there's a leak, you got to figure out where it's coming from. Okay, another piece. tape. Just work our way across. Oh, my headband. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Corners. Actually lays flat. Okay. Whew. Ooh. There's even a little hole right there. Should probably cover up. Okay. Fingers crossed. And I'm gonna install this guy. Well, usually it's a little bit easier if you have something that kind of like can hold it. Just wondering if it's gonna fit. We'll try it both ways. I'll make a smaller piece, and if we need it, we'll use it. If not, we'll figure it out. Put down some chairs so this lays flat, at least for cutting it. Yeah, there you go. Some tapping here. All right. Why not? There we go. Bigger piece. Oh no, that was too short. Ooh. it out. Cool. There. Okay. I think that last piece will actually cover it. Hopefully, that's pretty cool. Oh, there's one. How many of y'all are watching just to see if I fall? All right, moment of truth. Will it go all the way? No! That's okay. Please the list. Trash bag. What? I swear it's taller over here than it is over there. That could just be me. Okay. Let me get a trash bag. Okay. Couple more pieces. some tape along the bottom of that guy. And we flush it out. That should be good. Ooh, not yet, not yet. Forward. All right, last bit. Oh, no. God, this tape's sticky. You know what? Use a bit of this actually to cover up that instead. So. Well, if it wants to get cut, oh, these are good trash bags. It does not. Good trash bag. Ugh. There we go. Come on. Ugh. Get in there. There. Not pretty. It'll work, hopefully. Okay. Last bit, cover up the shorter part. Fighting me. Cool. Got it. There it is. Okay. Got a couple of leaks, but we're gonna see how it does. Might have to at least cover this bit up right here. This might be where Sarah realizes that the trash bags may have worked better. But we're going on this journey together, so we'll figure it out. All right. Part one. Complete. Headband. On. So here's the next part. Oh no, Michelle, I'm okay. Thank you. Here's the next part. There's a couple different ways that you can do this in ways that I've seen. I've seen it where you can have like the end of a flashlight. And if you undo that and put it on there with like, and you stick it in with foam pour, that sometimes works, I've seen. But we're gonna go more kind of like traditional old school. And we've got our tin can. Oh, and also, by the way, if you're looking to do this, Illuminate, our nonprofit organization, has some awesome resources, and I'm going to put the link there for it. And there's one thing in there that actually tells you like how to put this together, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to carefully cut out a square of the tin can with an X-Acto blade. Probably do this with scissors too, but I've just found X-Acto blades usually work better. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger than I usually do since we're going big. We're going home. We're already home. Does that even apply? Does that does that phrase even apply anymore? Go big or go home. We're all home. Go big or stay home. Go big and stay home. That's what I'm gonna make it now. So deal with it. Very careful. Maybe the coffee was a bad idea. Coffee and X-Acto blades, after 4 years of art school, I found do not mix very well. I'm sure if Allison and Amanda and Julie are still watching, y'all can relate for sure. Okay, so we've got that. I just cleaned it out, so I'm gonna get the water off of it. We've got our little square. Yay! I'm gonna try to bend it so it's flush. So ideally it's as flat as you can possibly get it. Let's see, I'm gonna scoot this little camera over here. Okay, so do a little bit of Foley work while we're at it. And just get it to be pretty darn flat. Okay, so we got that. And then we've got our pin to make it into a pinhole. It's just a giant pinhole. If I hadn't said that before, I apologize. That's basically what we're doing. It's just like a giant pinhole camera, if anything. So you could, if you don't have like a giant room, you can also make it on a smaller scale. That's probably what you made, like when I was saying about the Eclipse earlier, that's like what it was. It's a pinhole camera. Okay, very carefully. Boom. See, something that tiny. Now the trick is sand it down. That way you'll get an even more precise and clear image. There are, it's funny, there are even companies, I used to do pinhole a long time ago, and there are companies that make laser pinholes out of your your camera body cap. So like when you take the lens off to replace it with like a camera body cap, you can actually replace it, and they make like laser drilled pinholes so your digital camera becomes a pinhole camera. It is super fun. I did a whole project on it. It was a blast. Okay. That looks okay. You want it to be like as round as possible. So I might need to just a little bit around the edges. That way the light will bounce around the best. Okay, so got this guy. I'm gonna grab this again, be very careful. I'm gonna put it in the center there. and tape it to it and see what we get. Fingers crossed. Why am I bringing over 2 chairs? Doesn't feel like it. So it's just it's a headspace I'm in right now. Double chairs. There's tape. It's ready to go. This is sticky. But that's what tape is supposed to do. Oh, gotta move that guy here. There we go. Not that. Not this. But pull about the size of that. Place it. I can't remember if there's like the right way for the pinhole, which side you poke it to face, but I'm pretty sure that once you've like sanded it down, it doesn't matter because it should be about the same width on either side. Yeah. Woo. Moment of truth. I'll close the doors, turn off the lights. See if we get something. Nope, not really. I'm looking for it. I don't see it. We've got our pinhole. Ooh, be careful. To it. I'm trying to see something. Ooh, I really can't see anything. Oh no, what happened? Something really happened, guys, because something with our live stream went down. Oh no. No? Are we still live? Okay, we're still live. I just lost some stuff in here. Hold on 1 second, guys. I apologize. I gotta think about what went wrong. Oops. Okay, there we go. My browser quit. So, what are we missing? Because it's too leaky on the edges. All right, I'm pulling scissors. Can I still use my teeth? too much of a factor, but I don't know. Might not be enough direct light coming in from the outside, so I may have to use a larger thing. I may have to use a larger lens. Okay. Maybe my eyes just need to adjust. No, it might just be either too big or too small. It's like kind of in there in the middle. Yeah, I want my eyes adjusted. Unfortunately, I still can't see anything. So, curious. Got that open space. Let's just try different things. Let's just try different stuff and see what happens. Allison, if you're watching and you've got any ideas, put them in the chat or send me a text or something. Let me know what you think. Yeah, okay. Let's get something else. Yeah, that's the other thing, Michelle. I'm trying to figure out maybe if it's just I need to seal it a little bit more. Hey, Bill. So let me try that first. Kind of see if I just need to seal it up a bit more. Man, Anna doesn't want to stay on. Okay. And then we'll try the flashlight method. That's a lot right there. Okay. It's really just to make the room darker than anything when it comes to like reflecting light. So we're cutting out as much light as possible so we can actually see what the pinhole creates. Let me try and make the hole on that a little bit. I'll try one that's smaller and one that's bigger. We'll see. One that's like itty bitty tiny. There's also one of my favorite photographers that does this, Abe Morrell. He's kind of a genius when it comes to these. I wish I could just be like, hey, Abe, what's up? How do I do this? That'd be pretty cool. Okay, got this. It's not really the best one in the best class. Got this one too, but I think it's kind of locked in there. This would be a great one, but it's really in there. Yeah. Ah, good call, Allison. Yeah, it might be too far. The wall might be actually too far away. It's a pretty big room. And that's why it's like, I want to talk to Abe Morrell because he uses rooms this size. And I'm just like, what do you use? How do you do it? And what would be super cool is like, I'm sure he uses like an actual lens. That's the other thing too. I think he might be using like a legit lens to be able to pull this off. Yeah, Phil, we're live. Hey, this is how I do my live sessions. It's very super cash. If something happened that I don't know about, please let me know to make it seem like I don't know that I'm live. I wish this would pop out. Ooh. Good. Hey, cool. Let's see. I'm gonna try this guy and put it up against the wall. See if I can kind of get it just in the right position. That might work. So, okay, so for this part, need my guy here. And I'm gonna outline and trace this to create a hole. Be pretty up high because we'll need it to kind of get up there. Okay. Cut this out. Hopefully it'll just like pop right in, and so I don't have to really do too much taping. Pretty awesome. I'm making a mess. Okay, so ideally, I have to shape it down a little bit more. Just kind of, yeah, there we go. Pop it in. Still have to tape the edges off. There we go. And the other thing that'll do is I'm gonna put the like the pinhole tin can part back up and maybe bring like a piece of white foam core and see if I can get it to kind of like stand maybe on one of our light stands or something. See if that works. We'll try this first because it'd be really cool if it projects on like the whole big wall there. That would be legit. All right, just in case this needs to be held up by tape. Let's try it. The bigger hole, okay. So I'm gonna cover this guy back up actually. Make a new hole. It's beautiful. Not really going for aesthetics here. Okay, so if this is about here. Cool. Flush. I'll get some tape to actually keep it. Go flush. Any more tape? That's a lot of tape. Ugh, gross. Really curved. Oh, that should be. Thing. The thing is, Allison might be right where it's not necessarily super flush to the window. That might be it too. We might have to kind of rearrange some of this and try it, but y'all are getting a pretty good insight into general photography and art making, which just is a giant process of trial and error. That's really it. Hello. I'm good. I got it. I'm okay. Okay. Let's try that. See what we get. Oh, we're close. We're close, people. There's a cloud going over, but it's getting the trees outside, which is pretty cool. So I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to turn it all the way out down. Probably not coming up in camera, but we're getting something, which is pretty cool. So now I'm going to see if I can bring that closer and then also reinstall. Oh, you guys are just looking at my belt. I'm going to see if I can bring that closer and set up. I've got like a white sheet and I can use that. So I think that will work. Try to bring it a little bit closer and try both and see what happens. But it's there. It might just be, I think it's just far away. I think it's really far away. So be right back. Okay, and a portable light stand for seamless. So maybe I'll even try with the seamless. It's just gonna have to go pretty darn high. I'm just making a mess. That's okay. All right, so if anything totally bombs, we get an intro to how to set up a seamless. So let me move this guy out of the way. So we've got two lights, basically light stands. They just have like modified tips on top to be able to fit the pole that's going to go across. And I'm just wondering if these are going to be able to get high enough. Also going to need some sandbags. Ooh, that just, hi. There we go. To weigh it down so they don't go all over the place. Oh yeah, that works. Yeah. Okay. And then I'll raise it up at like the last little bit. Let me do it now. I always have trouble if it's just me trying to do that. Let me grab some sandbags so we don't have anything toppling over on me. All right, so these go at the base. So they're weighted down and they can't go all over. Come on, just fitting them through. It'll be a pain in the butt. There we go. Move it so it's centered. I'm gonna go about halfway distance. I think that should do it. One. By the way, with these light stands, basically untwist and then pull apart, and then press down. Hopefully set up a light stand. Yeah. Gonna get this a good distance away. All the way up. Chair. It should be pretty darn high, yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So then we've got pole, which each time you bring it, you gotta twist it. This one's kind of on the fritz, but that's good. Measure them out. That's the one that always gives me trouble. It'll be okay. I'm gonna grab a seamless. Okay, now roll this guy through. Come on. Yeah. Start with it on that end. All the way through. Oh, got the wrong way. Okay. Go. Woo. This is always easier with two people. There we go. There we go. Cool. So, get that. That down. Yes. Okay. Ah. Nope, that's why I need my 8 clamps. Will it rest? It'll rest. Nope. Need my 8 clamps. No, it'll stay? Maybe? Okay. Whew. Let's see. What do we get? That's clear. Yeah, okay. Just check in before I pull you guys over. Let's do some migrating so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Oh, our other live video ended. Boo. I don't know how that happened. Okay. So everyone, I don't know what happened there for our Instagram viewers, but let's see. If I can kind of figure out how to do this. flashlight so I can actually see where I'm going. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's cool. So you guys can actually see it a little bit better. If you want to hop over to our Instagram, it's ATL School of Photo. And the camera's a little bit better on that one. But we're getting something. That is pretty awesome. That is cool. Love it. Whew. Okay. Yeah, I wish I could adjust some stuff on here, but it's looking, like I said, it's looking better over on our Instagram. Again, it's ATL School Photo on our IG. And it seems that my phone has a better low light than our Facebook does. But Allison sent me a thing that I can download and change that up. So maybe I'll come back later after I download it and see what we get. But I want to also try that pinhole. So I'm going to very carefully move this and see if that pinhole, just by being closer, if the pinhole is actually making a difference. So I'm gonna find my pinhole wherever it went. There it is. Okay. Cool. And then got a couple pieces of tape. Should be able to tape it on. Got my iPhone light in my face. That's necessary. Spooky. Just need a little bit of light so I can actually see what I'm doing. I'm gonna try this. Let's see. So we have that guy there. I'm gonna put this one like right below it, where we had our last one. It's also getting cloudy outside. This works really, really well if you've got like super crazy bright sunny day. It works pretty well. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's kind of coming in. The light is it's actually kind of like the Facebook Live. It's kind of adjusting for the exposure. Interesting. Oh no, I made the hole too big. That's okay. I have tape. So the other thing is going to be the directionality of this, if it's actually like pointing, but I can kind of like move around with it and see what we get. I'm going to make a little flap for our other guy. Let's see if I can cover up that temporarily. If the pinhole gives us like an even clearer image, because this is cool, but it's really fuzzy. Where the pinhole should give us like a really, really clear image as well. Like sometimes crystal clear, which is also really fun. But let's see, we'll see what happens. Okay, covering up the hole. Do we get anything? No, it's still really tiny. It's still super itty bitty tiny and not really gonna work for this. So, oh, pretty. The way to go, let the cameras kind of adjust. Gosh, that looks cool. So the way to go for this one is gonna be the flashlight method, I think. Yeah. There we go. Now I've got like a bright blue sky coming in. But it's gonna be that flashlight. Like, so find an old flashlight pull it apart. And in a second, I'll show you guys kind of my setup. And you know what? I'm just gonna like, even when finally we have classes coming back, I'm probably just gonna leave this here. It doesn't look great. I might make it look a little bit prettier. It's not my best work, but I think it's a really good example of what camera obscura looks like and how photography works on its most like kind of basic level. Oh, Allison, so you can definitely see it on Facebook too. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, 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 good. Too cool. Dave's like, you just turned the classroom into a camera. I know. What would be, oh no, because I'm not that high up. That would be really cool if maybe you could see me on the outside, but it looks really cool in here, guys. I might even, still leaking up at the top a little bit, but it's still cool. Awesome. I've been meaning to do that forever. Forever, you guys. I've been meaning to do this for the longest time. Because that's just cool. And then what's also really cool is because like the clouds are moving, you can turn it into like a camera obscura time lapse. Okay, just out of pure curiosity, just for funsies, I'm gonna watch on my phone, on my other phone, and I'm gonna see if I can like see myself in the camera obscura and get like a weird self-portrait. So I'll be back. Nope, it's way too tall. I am not that tall. Not even close. And I'll do a lot for a self-portrait, but I'm not about to like bring a ladder out there and all that. Well, cool. Good deal. I think everyone's kind of seen what we got. So I'm gonna switch the lights back on so you guys can kind of see what the final setup looks like up close and how we get this to work. Because I mean, like I said, you can do this in your own home. If you've got like a bathroom, or if you've got a, sometimes like a garage, any room that, this one's kind of tough because it's a lot of windows, but one with like a single window works really well. And then we found, this is kind of the key. So like a white sheet, you don't have to have a seamless. It can just be like a white sheet or something like that. But here's what we got. Flip, double-handed. So this is what we got. This is it. So that's the part of the flashlight up there that just lens of the flashlight taken off. And then blacked out everything except for just that piece. Yeah. Now here's where Sarah's crazy starts to kick in. What if we put a camera lens where the flashlight lens is? Yeah, okay. All right, hold on. I'm gonna grab a camera lens. I'm gonna grab an old camera lens. See if we can replace it. Oops, no, not yet. Okay. All right, here's an old Nikon lens. Don't know how it's gonna react. But we'll find out. So let me get you guys back over here. So just in case if I fall, we know to call 911. But I think I should be okay. Easiest way I want to do this without destroying what I already have. I'm going to peel this off. I have to retape it, but that's okay. Oh no, but it's around the other side. So I actually, yeah, I need to peel all the tape off. Ah, bummer. Just as long as I don't rip, I guess I could just retape it. This has become one giant tape monster at this point. If anything. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna pop this guy out. I think I got one that's about the same size. Aha, pretty close. Yeah. And if I'm, okay, gotta do this right. This is the outside. I want the lens going in this way. Okay. Oh gosh, it fits almost perfectly. I just have to tape it down to secure it. But this would be so cool. And then I'm gonna put the aperture. The cool thing about this is like I can adjust the aperture on it. I'm gonna throw this all the way to 16. And then I might have to test it out just to see if different, well, no, we didn't have a lot of luck with the big one. So let me try to do, or the big number, I should say. So let me try to do kind of like a bigger number aperture. Because we're really just, instead of like trying to get you to go through the glass, it's not really about having like a depth of field effect. Just want to see if it works. Just got to secure it so it doesn't like completely fall off. Yeah, one more. That'll do it. Okay. And then it's almost flush. It is close, but I'm gonna put tape around the edges like I did before, just in case. Ooh, if I don't tear apart everything first. This would be so cool if it works. Be super cool. Okay, all right. It's a little bit heavier, but I think we'll be okay. I'm running out of tape. Ah. So this will probably be my last attempt. My final attempt. Rest. Let's try it. This way. Just leverage. Sit. Ooh, don't stick together. Okay, there's that. Ah. Okay. Need more. Little tiny piece. See light coming in through the edge. Oh, I see something coming through and I put my hand over, so, ooh, fingers crossed. Just gonna put one little safety tape, one little piece of safety tape. Okay. Let's move everyone over so we can all witness what happens together. Ooh, okay. Try it out. Adjusted. Can't see anything. Oh, well, a little bit. It seems to be even fuzzier. I put it in the wrong way? I might have. Ooh, you know what? I think I might have. I think I need to flip it around. I think Sarah's not thinking clearly as to which way light goes. Yeah, you guys. Wow. Wowie. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, I need to treat. That is the outside as to what I'm taking a picture of. So the lens needs to go that way. And then treating that is like the sensor. So it needs to go that way. Whew. Let's see if we can just flip the tape around. Try it. All right. I'm gonna bring a flashlight with me this time. Yeah, maybe. Just a blank light, you guys. Nothing substantial. So, yeah, you can kind of see. We've determined that surprisingly enough, a simple flashlight cap, like over that, works best. Isn't that nuts? Light's so funny, you guys. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to switch it out one last time so we can actually have our camera obscura back. That would have been so cool, but I really think it's like, of course it's always fun worth giving it a try. It's really that these lenses are built on the fact of having it where they're designed to like have something fit or focus at a certain distance. And that's not the distance. I'm pretty sure they didn't design this lens to focus 10 feet away. It'd be cool if they did, but that might be what talking about before with Abe Morrell and the kind of gig that he has going on, where they probably designed a lens that actually like goes that far to have it focus at a really long distance. Let me get some of this tape out of the way. Oh, it's not bad. I just have to clean it up. A little X-Acto blade. Or just bend it. I'm gonna just bend it over because I'm not gonna take it out again. It's an old flashlight, it didn't work anymore. Just, I really want this to, maybe I'll clean it up a little bit, but I would like for this to be like a permanent fixture at the school. So when we're having our classes in here, you guys can actually like see how it works. And so hopefully you guys can actually see it in person soon enough. It does not look pretty. Maybe I've got some glitter somewhere. Hello. Okay, I'm gonna grab these guys so we can bask in the glory of our final masterpiece. Maybe it's going up on the ceiling a little bit too, so I'll leave that there. Okay, why am I grabbing the keys? Yeah, there we go. Isn't that funny? How well that works. God, that's cool. I'm tired. That was a lot. That took a lot out of me, you guys. I'm just gonna let that kind of readjust. And see what we get. Cool. Hey, Grace. And Roger, yeah, totally old school. Absolutely. This is about it, like you were saying at the beginning, this is about as old school as it gets. Like, this is the very beginnings of photography. That's it right there. And then they did this. And this is very similar to like what painters would do back in the day, where they have this and then you trace it to be able to actually like paint in something and then take that back and take your tracing and it would actually be able to, you'd paint in. It's almost like paint by numbers kind of thing. And then photography, of course, coming about, still a big old debate, which would be a fun live session. If you ever want to see me and Dave, Allison, you want to join into a debate over who invented photography and how it started, that'll be a fun one. But among the first photographers to actually do this process, it was very similar. They took the camera Obscura and put it in a box. I made it into a smaller box, put light sensitive film paper behind it. So imagine if this could actually like capture an actual like physical photograph permanently on this paper. Allison's saying Talbot, not Daguerre. Dave, if you're still watching, you can kind of get in this. Yeah. That'll be a fun live one. We'll have to do that at some point, is get into the beginnings of photography. And I think there was even, I'm totally blanking on the name. There was another guy in India who was actually doing the process at the exact same time. So it became this almost one of the instances in the world where you have this collective unconsciousness, which is fascinating, where you had multiple people across the world at different points creating the photography process that we know today, which is insane. Also to think of like what a short amount of time went by from this to, where's my phone? Lost my phone. I don't even know where it went. I'm just getting tape. I'm just picking up tape. Okay, there it is. Oh yeah, okay, so what a time it went from my original point, going from this in a very, only a couple hundred years going, and then to this. I mean, isn't that crazy, you guys? Isn't that absolutely, like, if you really think about it, just in the whole scheme of the world, like in the overall just like time of our existence and of photography, that's amazing. That's insane. Pretty cool. I'm excited to see where it all goes too, but it's fun every once in a while, especially in current living circumstances that we're all in, to do just like going back to super duper old school as you do. So yeah, cool. I'm gonna hang out and drink my water for a little bit, marvel at my masterpiece, which I think only took me an hour and a half, maybe two. I don't know. How long have I been doing this? But if you have any questions, I'm looking at the chat and I'm just gonna hang out for a little bit and marvel at this. I'm gonna marvel at the hole I poked in the wall. But it is really cool. And I'm gonna probably bring one of my cameras in here so we can actually take a picture of it and like a good, and I'll show you guys, I'll post it like on our Facebook page, but you can kind of see like from my vision, that's closer to what it's looking like. Like that's how it looks to me, which is bright. It is really, really bright. So I'll post these to the Facebook and our Instagram, along with some pictures like close up of the setup and how to do it, as I've now rigorously gone through the process. But yeah. Oh yeah, so Roger's wondering, do we have to calculate the size of the aperture to match the size of the room? So that was what we were figuring out at the beginning. We tried the original like pinhole and found that it was just too small. So it works well for like a little box camera Obscura, like a pinhole camera. But for a room this large, we switched over to just that plastic front to a flashlight and found that actually worked best. So considering the size of the room, we had to switch over to a large aperture, which is so funny. Yeah, I know it took a little bit of figuring out and kind of backstepping from what I originally thought was going to be able to do it, but that pinhole is just so tiny, so tiny. So maybe I'll do another live session at some point where instead of a big room, because this is just fun, but it's also ridiculous. Maybe we'll do one at another point where we all just grab cardboard boxes and make little pinholes. You can basically do the same thing at home as that pin process that we did, and put that on a cardboard box, ideally kind of more square shaped rather than oblong, and make your own little mini camera Obscura pinhole camera. Or just a trial and error. Yeah, that's what we were saying before, where it's just like, this is the last hour and a half that you've been witnessing have been amazing insight into a photographer's process, which is just trial and error and just trying things over and over again and seeing what works. So yeah. Hey, Brooke, look what I did. Yay. Oh man. So yeah,
Too cool. And this is all going to be up on our Facebook Live and on our Instagram as well, on our IG TV, I believe. So if you guys do have questions as you're trying to put them together later on, go back, rewatch like all of the craziness. You can watch me almost fall a couple of times, which is fun too. And then if you have any questions from there, just comment them on the video, and I'll be able to kind of check back in and hopefully help out. And then if you guys do try this at home, send me your pictures. I want to see what it looks like in your house. That would be super cool. I would love to see it. I would love, love, love to see them and see what you guys come up with. Yeah, and if you can, don't do a window that's so high, and maybe you can actually get a self-portrait out of it, which would be amazingly cool. But cool. I had so much fun doing this, you guys. I love doing stuff like, and we're hoping to do even more stuff like this. Oh, and the other thing that you can do is when we go back, I'm going to download this video. I'm going to make it into a time lapse. That's going to be nuts. Anyways, yeah, thanks guys for coming to hang out. Had a ton of fun. Again, shameless plug to like everything that we're doing at the school. If you want to support us and all the cool stuff that we're doing right now, like I was saying before, we've got a ton of stuff coming up. I've got Get Organized tomorrow, and I think an intro to Lightroom CC. So if you haven't tried out Lightroom CC yet, I definitely recommend it. And come check out some of the workshops. If you guys have recommendations of other things that you'd like to see, whether it's like Instagram Live, Facebook Live, or a workshop, or a class, or anything like that, hit me up. Throw me a message. Either here is a great place to do it, or Facebook, Instagram, send an email to the staff. And love you guys, miss you all. Hope you have it back in this classroom soon. Super cool to get to do stuff and kind of like run around, but I'd much rather have your butts in our seats. So we'll keep you posted as soon as that can actually happen. Fingers crossed. Hope you're all staying safe and healthy and sane. And we'll talk to you guys later. Love y'all. Bye.